Thanks for staying with us. Okay, so let me take the story. So Peter Obi, exercising his right as an opposition, has faulted the president's 2.17 trillion supplementary budget. According to him, he claimed in a statement that the president failed to consider certain emergencies and pressing needs of the country. He also noted that the manner the budgetary allocations were done, it was obvious the president was unaware of the dire crisis in the country. And if you recall, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives yesterday had, with the President, assented to the bill. But Gudu has specifically said that over 600 billion of the supplementary budget was allocated specifically for the defense of the country. So I think that's going to be going to the Nigerian, to the Defense Department, according to Bagudu. And many allocations were also done. But Peter Obi was saying that a lot wasn't considered in the passing of that bill for the next budgetary allocation.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to take the story about the British-born Nigerian that committed suicide. The British police have said that they are going to investigate her death. She jumped in front of a moving train because apparently, according to her parents, her boyfriend was blackmailing her. The father said he had sent her £100,000 for an investment that they were going to do. And he hacked into her phone when she was sleeping, got some documents, and then started to blackmail her. And she agreed to pay him what he wanted. And 4 hours later, she jumped in front of a moving train.
Hey.
Police have said that they will investigate. Her parents were saying the police were not really doing anything. They had just taken his statement, taken her mother's statement, and
he was
left
still on the
it.
loose. He hadn't arrested him.
So hopefully she will get justice.
Yeah, still on the suicide story, a septuagenarian, a mother of 9 children, who was described by the neighbors as a devout Catholic faithful, also committed suicide by hanging in her residence at Enamijewa Street of Warri Saple Road, Warri South local government area. Said it happened at the early hours of Monday, November 6th. And, you know, all the residents have been feeling really bad, been thrown into mourning. And according to the witnesses, they said that she hung herself with her wrapper in their public toilet. And it was one of the grandchildren that saw her and raised an alarm. And they said she had, mentioned that she was going to take her life a few times before, threatened to, drink poisonous things, but that didn't work till she found her way into the toilet and then hanged herself. And I was a bit worried for the little child who probably has seen the grandmother hanging, as it's going to be very traumatic for that child and the other children who are in that environment. And I know that this is a mental health issue, but even at that, we also need to consider other people around us. If you're thinking about this sort of thing, how would it affect and impact your family members?
Moving on now to Vanguard. Exchange rate and ECA experts disagree on federal government's target. Senate to probe purchase of $5 billion yacht. Daily Trust publisher Kabiru Yusuf returns as NPN president. What Buhari's ex-ministers are saying about him, says Kuka. Bill, ex-CBN Governor Emefiele arrives home after 151 days in detention. And old new Naira notes remain legal tender, says CBN. Okay. Story?
So, okay. The organized labor said they will be grounding Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja today as part of their protest against the Imo State government. The General Secretary of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Emmanuel Ubuaja, was the one who described yesterday's strike in Imo as fairly successful. And he says Labour will not rest until the international community investigates Governor Hope Uzodinma. He said for a matter that people had barely 6 hours to comprehend, it was fair in the circumstance. The strike is on. The clown became panicky and declared tomorrow, today, and Friday public holidays, so nothing is going on in Imo. Also says tomorrow we'll be having action at Abuja and Lagos airports. We'll take over the airport access. There is no lights in Imo. Everything is on holiday because of an evil man who is trying to force himself on the people. Now I'm wondering why it seems like the NLC is very particular about this governorship elections, and people are saying that this is showing too much interest in politics. NLC is supposed to be a body that for the people, that fights for the people, but the interest in this is what we want, this is how we're going to enforce it. I have a sister-in-law in Imo. She chatted me yesterday that nothing is happening. They don't have lights. It's total blackout in Imo. They can't even move around freely. It's not what we should be hearing now.
I have the major headline in the Vanguard. So the special advisor to the president on economic matters, Dr. Tokwe Fasha, was representing the vice president, Kashim Shettima, at the Cowries Cash Lecture and Launch in Abuja on Tuesday. And he hinted that the federal government plans to shop the value of the Naira. So he also used the opportunity to issue warning to Nigerians who were holding currencies with the hope that Naira will continue to fall, that with the new policies that they are bringing on, Naira will continue to add value, and that so your dollars over holding will not favor them. But NECA, that's the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, has said that their own is they should disclose and make clear whatever policies that they are working on. They should bring it out to the open. Also, they should focus on production and address the nation's propensity to import, because, of course, that's our people's way of things. And they should make the fiscal and monetary policy authorities work in sync, among other things. So they were also happy that they are working out to get the Naira to be at par with the dollar, but they should do things properly and make it an open thing.
Okay. Moving on now to Daily Sun. I didn't even see Daily Sun. Did you guys see it?
So it's your
Interesting. Daily Sun. Okay, yes.
No, it was Vanguard you took. Did you take your story from?
Okay. Kuka exposes Buhari's ex-aides. Imo election poll favor Governor Uzodinma to win by 68%. PDP must address cause of Obi's exit and failure at polls. Imo, Labour to ground Abuja. Lagos Airport says no going back. LASU removes Dean of Student Affairs after certificate racketeering. Nigeria discovers new crude oil grade. And NPAN elects new exco, returns Yusuf as chairman. Okay.
So LASU has, I'm still following the story since all these days. LASU have taken action. They've removed the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Tajuddin Olumoko, because, of course, his alleged involvement in the racketeering of certificates that happened in the school. That online publication implicated him. They've also asked him to explain, any involvement or absorb himself of any involvement in that scam. They're giving him a query for that. They've also appointed, in acting capacity, Professor Dr. Biodun Fatai, who is of the Department of Political Science, as acting Dean Student Affairs, starting yesterday as well. I'm hoping that they settle this thing quickly as soon as possible.
Okay. Go ahead, Raike.
Yeah, the former national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Olabode George, has expressed fears that the party may go down like the All Nigeria People's Party. He says if the PDP doesn't get its act together, they will go down. He said they should find the reason why, they should solve the problem for why Peter Obi and Rabiu Kokwanso left the party. That if they had been together, that no other party would have come close to them, So they need to address that, or the party is just going to disintegrate.
They served the party. They served the presidency to President Tinubu on the platter of gold.
Because if they had stayed together, they
just handed it over to him. So going back to the probe that Bisi said earlier, I took that story since you're taking my story. So the Senate, as you said correctly, the Senate said that they're going to be probing the purchase of the $5 billion presidential yacht and the circumstances surrounding it. And according to Senator Gbenga Daniel of APC, he was saying that the procurement has generated lots of controversy. And I wanted to take that story because according to what they said, he said many Nigerians have voiced their concerns. So he's speaking according to what Nigerians are saying. Voiced their concerns and criticism, with a significant number expressing displeasure about how such a luxury item can find its way. So that's what people's perception are. But what their own response is that, given the conflicting, contradictory reports regarding the yachts, we have identified the need for thorough investigation. So when I went online to go and check, what's the definition of yacht? Yacht is not necessarily a luxury. Yacht is a sailing or power vessel used for pleasure, cruising, or racing. So it could be cruising, and the Navy can use to cruise, whatever it is.
Do we exactly? Do we need it?
It's not luxury.
It's luxury.
So, the word luxury,
Cruising
what I wanted to
and
address.
pleasure is luxury.
No, not all the time. It's important for us to educate Nigerians, because the dictionary is here. Because
There's no gun on it.
wait.
Pleasure is luxury.
We can discuss and define it, but it's important for us to explain. Let Nigeria, because Nigeria just says, oh, they want a luxury yacht for the president, and if we don't give Nigerians proper information, they will continue to be thinking, oh, they wanted to give the president luxury. It's not a luxury yacht, according to what the definition of yacht is. Yacht is saying here, it is a sailing power vessel used for pleasure.
Pleasure now.
Cruising.
Pleasure.
Or
How
racing.
many Nigerians can have pleasure right now?
Navy can do luxury. They can do pleasure now.
Wow, that's luxury. We're saying this.
Let me
Nigerians
define
are not
cruising
wrong.
for
Please,
you.
they define cruising,
The
right?
action of sailing about in an area without a precise destination.
Back down.
Especially
Or maybe
for
say
pleasure.
Dioku.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Nigerians are right.
No problem. Let's move on. But not always right.
Let them
Nigerians are always right, and we have to
in
always
this,
correct
in
them.
this matter, yes, in this matter. Yes.
This is it. Okay. All right. Move any other story.
No destination, no.
Just cruise.
They should be there.
So if you don't believe in the Nigerian Navy,
Navy
No, we
have
believe
told
in
us
them.
that it's an operational vessel. Why are we having a difficulty in accepting and understanding? Because we rather believe and accept the American vessel tell you something else.
No.
You don't believe the Nigerian.
No, we don't have a problem with the yacht, right? But do we need it now?
we have
It has been delivered though, in June. I hope you know that.
They should
All this
return
English
it,
are
so we
speaking
don't have money to pay.
has been
And we
delivered.
don't have money to pay. We have
should
not
return
bought
it.
it on credit.
That is all we can take. What time is it? Sorry, Nima, you're not talking.
I don't know what.
You're not. You're not
For or
helping me.
against, my
You're not helping me in this matter.
Help Mariah.
All right. That is all we can take on Front Page Review and Return. It's Thursday. Because our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.